Mine! Sorry, it's a dog speech. Angela's speeches are always good value. Tonight was erudite, it was exciting, and Angela, it was a little bit exhausting. You'll forgive me for last stuff go on, but most importantly, it was funny. The underlying theme for your speech was fear of flying, cleverly linked to a fear of public speaking, which brought the audience into the nautical world, into the speech, and made them feel that they were part of it. Word about props. You are, as I said before, the mistress of the prop. But you came on, and you started doing this, which in itself is a bit distracting. So we now go into a speech about scarecrows. I felt that it didn't quite sit in with the rest of the speech about fear of fire. A clever way of doing that was, if she was wearing an air hostess uniform, or a pilot's uniform, it would nicely tie it back in to the whole subject of fear of flying. The other thing on props was, can I ask a quick question? Can anyone read a single word on this? Props need to be clear. If you're going to do a headline, you can't do a headline, do a picture. Holding up and something I've been guilty of myself in the past, holding up 2 or 3 pieces of paper and then spending time shuffling it, it's distracting. The concept's really good, it's the presentation. I did like the fact that you minimised your prop use to actually carry the speech forward, which is quite unusual and really good to do. That came out far more patronising than that. Before I extend this, and Peter's going to start touching lights and things, I would like to point out that you had some really good use of intonation and change of tone. I particularly like the bit where you set the scenario of you running across the airport. You did it all on this point. Perhaps you've done it here, sitting, and then to get the movement, and the audience will track with you. You neatly tied up the speech with a pink bow, which is a phrase a manager of mine used to shout at me a lot when I never finished a project. I put it 98% of the time I moved on. Using the title and also the final line beautifully rounded the speech off. Overall, a very good speech. The flow and the use of props needs a little bit more consideration. Very, very good. What I would like to do is to try and keep the time turn right on. Because this is a speech for the speech contest, if anyone has got something they'd like to add, please indicate. Oh, good. All right. Give me our known. Yeah. So, Andrew, if you'd like to come up and join me. Before we do that, if you would like to stand up as well, a big round of applause for the people who are representing us on Saturday. Please, please, it makes a huge difference to have our teammates and our colleagues and our friends around us. It really does.
Even guests.
Yes. David,
Do we have a time limit for this slot?
I'll go into the...
It's not down there. 5 minutes should be your lot.
Yeah, okay, so Peter, I believe you put your hand up.
Right, okay, I wanted to mention a couple of things just to amplify part of your contribution and commendations and recommendations. I think the commendations speak for themselves, and she's got a great spine of a speech there, but because it is for a competition, I'd like to point out, which I've actually already mentioned to her, a couple of things. Too much back to the audience. When she has her props, the prop should be either placed in front of her or stand behind the table or have the table here. She turned round, in my opinion, too often. yes, she did take too long to ready the prop with the fiddling with the stick and everything. That should all be prepared. And for me, particularly, the paper, the joke she made about having her speech written on the back of the prop, which was great, except it was hanging from the front and she never referred to it. So if she turned that into part of her speech, I think that would have been very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So,
Martin.
Thank
you. Yes, I thought the scarecrow was an interesting way to open the speech, and it did grab the attention. And I did find it funny the bit about the paper on the on the prop. So I thought that was good. One comment though, because I was kind of expecting the speech to be funny. When the topic of death was introduced, I kind of felt it. It brought a seriousness to it, so it's just the way it's handled, and I'm wondering whether maybe a more people might differ with me on how to handle it, but I was thinking maybe a more breezy approach, and just alerting the audience in some way that this is coming, because when it comes unexpectedly, you're thinking, hang on, I was expecting to laugh, and now a very serious topic is being brought in. So just maybe to consider how to handle that and bring the audience in a way that helps them to see actually this is we know it's serious, but we're laughing. We're trying to find a humour thing.
David?
Yeah, having heard the speech a couple of times before, and it points up to an issue that I find in my own speech making, is you're adding new stuff as you're going along in the speech. I think at this level of competition, you need to have decided before you get on the stage exactly what's going to be in your speech. And I think make those bullet points and learn those.
Alan?
Actually, this speech wasn't anything to do with public speaking. It was completely and clearly to do with fear of flying. So get rid of, to take David's point, get rid of any extraneous type stuff to do with the fear of public speaking. In fact, start the speech, I like this bit, about the dying flying. We then said dying on stage. Instead have dying and flying and dying whilst flying. Something like that. And in fact, in the end story, where you're referring to your husband and his embarrassment, have him as someone who wants to die because he's flying, because he's with you. The clipboard, messy. Lots of paper everywhere, too messy, get rid of it. And yeah, of course, I'm not going to repeat what other people said, but get rid of that. You needed a longer ending. It just suddenly was finished. So maybe cut down on the stories. Don't start inventing stuff, as David has said. Cut down on the stories, keep it nice and neat, three-part story in the middle, and then some sort of message at the end, a little bit elongated, and also signal to people that it's coming to the end. Because for me, it was just suddenly you were there, one sentence, and that was the end.
One more.
I'd like to get back to the situation with props, which I found a little disconcerting. That's a very big prop. It was busy flapping around and almost distracted me from the content of the speech. So I think we need to perhaps, and as having said, we should have a prop ready prior to your speech. I very much like the second part of the speech, invitation around looking for your passport. You could happen to any of us. Perhaps the first part of the speech needs to work on a little bit more. But I think certainly the use of those props will be strong.
I think we've kind of run out of time now. If anybody else does have something to add, you write it on the evaluation sheet, or indeed that, I want to say free association time. It sounds like we're in prison. After the meeting, grab Andrew and spend a minute with him.
Or you can email me.
Or email him. Yes?
As long as you know when you're